Hi, this is Marge, and you're watching Fitspiration, where you can find lots of ideas and tips on how you can stay fit while having fun. So, you've been looking to start running as your workouts? I've got top 10 tips for new runners. These are the things that when I started running, I wish I knew just to make running a lot more enjoyable and a lot more efficient for me. Tip number one, numero uno, is you've got to dress for the occasion. Firstly, you've got to have the right gear. Now, there are so many sneakers out there, but you've got to have the right shoes that will protect you and give your soles support when you're running. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of impact on your knees and your hips, and we want to prevent injuries as well as make running enjoyable for you.
Go to a specialist running store and let them assess your gait so that they can provide you with the right support for your feet.
For my ladies, if you are going for a run, make sure you have got support for your girls. Okay, so that means proper sports bras. If you're running out in the sunshine, you're not going to go and run without any sunscreen. You got to make sure you slap and protect yourself from the sun by putting on your hat and your sunscreen, as well as making sure that if you are running during winter time, it could be that the weather, if it's like London, it could be 4 seasons in a day. So you've got to be prepared for that. Tip number 2. You have got to do your stretches, and it's just like when you're about to run your car, you got to make sure that you warm up the cars before you go for a long drive. It's the same thing with your body. You've got to do stretches, and actually for any kind of exercise you've got to do stretches before your workout. So the best way to do that is to use dynamic stretches. And what are dynamic stretches? Now, those are active movements that move your joints and your muscles just so you get a full range of motion to help you have a better workout and not strain any muscles or pull any muscles during your workout.
I've been using Peloton for my pre-run warm-ups. If you're interested in using them, I'll put a link in my description box.
Tip number 3. Got to go and do a little bit of walking before you do any running. You've got to make sure you don't go full out for a run on the very first few days that you start taking up running. And I have used an app called C2 5K, and that's Couch to 5K app.
It's an 8-week program that gradually introduces running until you're able to run 5 kilometers. It's been tried and tested by many, including myself.
Tip number 4.
Listen to some encouragement and motivate yourself, so make sure to invest in a good set of headphones.
Now, I always have my trusty earphones with me when I go for runs. One is connected to my right ear, which I use to listen to any encouragement. Perhaps it's a guided coach, perhaps it's some messages or podcasts that you're listening to keep yourself motivated. And the other one, well, this is optional really, but sometimes I just make sure that my other ear doesn't have my earphones on, just because I want to listen to my body and how it's responding to my exercise. And also I want to be aware of what is happening around me. Tip number 5. Don't carry too much with you, because with running, less is more. You want to make sure you only got your keys, your phone, as well as your earphones with you.
Carry only what you need, which brings me to the next tip.
Tip number 6. Part of the things that you might need to carry is your water bottle. because you want to stay hydrated, especially if you are just in the beginning stages of your running and you want to run and walk long distances. Please make sure that you are using refillable, reusable water bottles and not those single-use plastic bottles. You've got to make sure that you fuel your body properly before your workout and after your workout, and I'll give you some tips on that later on a future video. Tip number 7. One of the biggest motivators that you will have as a runner, a new runner, is that if you have got something that tracks your progress. There are a lot of apps right now that's available, that's for free as well, like Runkeeper, MapMyRun, Runtastic, Nike Running Club, all of those Pacer apps that you can use to track your progress. Tip number 8. You've got to change up your training so that you can build up on your endurance. Now, this goes for either whether you are a beginner or not new to running. You've got to make sure that you change up your training, whether it's doing some weights in between runs or doing some interval training between runs, or changing up from running in the pavement to something like a trail run.
Resistance training will strengthen your leg muscles, which in turn helps you develop your speed and endurance when running.
Tip number 9. Stretch. You've got to make sure that after a hard, long workout, your hips are sore. You have got to stretch those muscles.
Static stretches are the best post-run. This is when you're holding or maintaining a position while stretching a specific muscle group.
Last but definitely not least, you have got to join a group of runners. Now, one of the main reasons why I stuck with running was because I surrounded myself with people that motivated me. Now, it could be people that are on the same level as you when you're doing your running, or somebody who's a lot more advanced than you as a runner. But the more important thing is you've got that person to keep you accountable, to cheer you up, and to just be there for you. And also, you want to be that part of the community that will also encourage others to be their best self, especially when they're running, especially when they're not feeling like they want to go for a run.
If you're looking to join a group, join the community of Champion Fitsplorers, and we'll be there to motivate and inspire you during your fitness journey.
So that's my top 10 tips for new runners. And also, don't forget to share this if you found this useful. And if you would like to, you can follow me on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and Twitter. See you soon.